Perhaps no greater drummer in rock music, but 5 years since Rush drummer Neil Peart died, his bandmates are going back on tour. Joining lead singer Geddy Lee and guitarist Alex Lifeson will be German drummer Annika Niles. So who is she? Can she fill Peart's shoes and complete this iconic Canadian trio? Sarah Galashan knows everything you possibly could care to know about Rush, including about their new drummer.
Sure. Well, I'm going to tell you about the new drummer, but for anyone who's a Rush fan that's watching, don't ever think that I'm going to know more than you, because Rush fans are a certain breed of fan. I think we just want to say off the top, very, very loyal. And that's why this is worth discussing here and why we want to know more about Annika Niles. Again, you said she's German. She's a German drummer. She's 42 years old. She has been playing the drums since she was 6. So she was born in 1983. If you are a Rush fan, bit of trivia, you'll know that means she was born after the Signals album, but before Grace Under Pressure.
Very well done. Nice.
Thank you very much. She had a career initially in education. She quit that in 2010 to focus in on her drumming. She has 4 solo albums as a drummer, and she had been given multiple awards within drumming circles and in drumming magazines. She also was 8 years old when Rush won the Juno for Artist of the Decade. But most importantly, in terms of things that she has won, she won over both Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson when they secretly flew her to Canada, not really for an audition, but just to see if she could inspire them or they would ever want to play again, because after the death of their drummer, it was so devastating to them. They had learned about her from someone who had known her because she performed on tour with Jeff Beck, and they actually posted a clip talking about how much they really learned to respect and like her, and I want to play that.
Mentioned that how impressive she was, how talented and, musical she was, and powerful. And I think you and I playing with her started to put a charge in us when we heard our song coming back to life. And it was only once we had those successful rehearsal sessions with her that made me feel like, yes, we can do this and we can do justice to this. And this is going to be fun.
Well, I felt exactly the same.
Okay, so let's set this out for people who may not know. Rush, one of the greatest Canadian bands ever. As you point out, they have not only a loyal fan base, but a huge fan base. And the drummer who died is considered by many to be perhaps the greatest or one of the greatest drummers in rock music. So how's the fan base taking all of this?
So I think there is a bit of a mix. I think especially earlier on today when we learned that they were going to go out on this 50-something tour, that's what they're calling it, there were some who thought this was never going to happen. Maybe this isn't supposed to happen. There were others who thought, they're younger. I thought I would never get to see Rush perform, and now I get to. I think, and there are others who are really happy for them. They're embracing what you just heard in that clip is sort of they've been missing it, and they're really enthusiastically in love with the idea that they're going to go on this tour. Paul McCartney being one of them, because I'm reading up, had been someone who had encouraged them to meet with Annika and to pursue this idea. And then I think also important for the fans, also giving their blessing here is Neil Peart's wife and his daughter. They have a statement out on the Rush website talking about why they feel that this honors Neil Peart's legacy. And just so those who, if they're wondering what the dates are, this tour is going to start in June. It's going to have mostly U.S. dates, but they are going to perform in Toronto August 7th and 9th, and then it's going to end in September in Cleveland, Ohio. And I got to tell you, I think the Toronto concerts, 7th and 9th, are going to be probably something pretty special.
Yeah, interesting they would end in Cleveland. I think there was a DJ in Cleveland who was huge to the success that Rush had. This is not the first band that's had to deal with trying to replace a member. And other bands have had some success with this.
And I did have to dig a little deep and ask some people who have more musical knowledge than I have, but AC/DC is a good example. Bon Scott died, the lead singer, and had to be replaced and was replaced by Brian Johnson. That was in 1980, and they had Back in Black come right after that, so that's certainly a success. Another example would be Freddie Mercury, obviously of Queen. He died. Adam Lambert, who was on Canadian Idol, he gets amazing accolades for what he does. So those are good examples.